All right, everybody, call your moms, call your dads, call your sisters, call your wives, call your lovers, call your brothers. It is time. We have reached the final of the WineCellars.com U.S. Snooker Open of 2024. A great battle in front of us with Yee battling Anupama Ramachandran from India. And we've got Yee to break off in the first frame. It's David and Bernie in the booth, and I'm joined by Tessa Davidson with her great analytical brain. If you have any questions for this senior champion, definitely fire them through the stream. We're on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. Just look at Ox Billiards page, and we're glad you're tuning in for this final at Ox Billiards in Seattle, Washington. So you got any favorites here, Tessa? Are you pulling for one or any?
Well, it's great to see Anu in her first final in a women's ranking event. So that's it'd be lovely to see her win it. Really, I think.
Yeah,
she's got to beat a very good player though.
Yeah, Yee, last year's runner-up. Well, yeah, if Anu could take this title, but it's going to be tough when your opponent's potting like that. It's a good confidence builder right off the start. See if Anu can punish Yee for that mistake. An early blunder, but it's early on.
Whoa! Wasn't expecting that shot. That's what we call as hacking.
Yeah, she can get into those reds. They're lovely, spaced out. Maybe this one red on the left side blocks the black to the top left corner. Both players just feeling first frame jitters a little bit there. In this situation, Tessa, how are you getting comfortable in the final of a big championship, the first frame?
Well, a situation like this, it's tricky because the pink's gone up into bulk, so she's got to work between the blue and the reds. I mean, a couple of shots she should be able to get on the black, and then it's going to open things up a lot. She's definitely got a good chance here to make a sizable break. She tried to get straight on that red by the black that you mentioned earlier. I think she might have just come a bit too far. Back to the blue again.
unfortunately just come on the wrong side of the blue. A little short of pace. We've got a referee, Dave Daly, in charge of the table. He's been doing some wonderful work all weekend long.
She's in prime position now.
Yeah, any words of advice for Anu? Because Tessa, you did play on Yee in your semi-final.
Onyu wasn't missing much, I have to say. So she needs to take her chances, keep it tight. Just keep her nerves steady. Who knows? This is certainly a dream opportunity for Onyu, first off, really.
Just a little impeded by that red closer bridge hand. Yes, unfortunately, Sea Husky, Anu beat out Mink last night in the quarterfinal, and Daniel, that's David Daly, or Dave Daly as he goes by here, as the referee tonight.
Onyu's working her way around these reds in a very business-like fashion. Keeping position simple and tight.
Another thing, Tessa, as we're seeing now, the room is opening up here, and you've played in various locations at tournaments. How do you deal with the general public coming in and actually just playing in the room? Because we're not at that phase that we can have just isolated environments.
Well, I'm used to it from the club. I mean, at fast edges at times it can be quite noisy. So, you know, they have a jukebox playing and lots of noise quite often. So it doesn't usually faze me.
Just broke down on that red. Great to see our friend John Wallace tuning in from Ontario, Canada. John does a lot of great coaching up in that province. Thanks for tuning in, John. And he's making a bold prediction. He's got a couple of youngsters. He's thinking 2042 and 2044 is when the next world champion will come from his clan.
Brilliant. That's great to hear. Tough shot that was. Under a bit of pressure there. one good pot here.
This black and another red goes into the snooker's required stage.
A little bit straight on the black, which she would have liked, I think. As a result of that, she had to put a bit more power into it. She's missed the pot.
It's tough to tell. Is that a little self-inflicted? She snookered. No, looks like there's a gap. She can snooker herself on both reds. Great shot there.
She snookered on.
Looks like on both of them, yeah.
Right. She's going to take the straightforward safety shot. She thought about the pot for a minute, but thought better of it. Keeping Anu under pressure.
Great snooker there. She's got a strong lead, but there's still plenty of points on the table for Anu to come back. Just a raise of the hand. Acknowledging that was a fluke hitting that red. So did you ever know Cliff Wilson?
No, I didn't, but I know who you mean. Yeah, quite a character.
The man that would laugh in your face if you had hit a fluke.
Right. Yeah.
So this looks like the first frame will be going in the direction of Yee.
She just put herself in a snooker there. 44 points. How it should be easy to get. blocked out. No, she can see it.
Great job there. Not a bad retort. And you just having a glance at the scoreboard.
It's close.
I think now, Tessa, she's just going to maybe try and make a few pots, get her back arm a little bit loose.
Well, I think she'll try and take the points, the black, and then she'll go for snookers on the yellow. It's 36 behind. It's not a bad shot. And he's just got to be careful here not to knock the green in.
Yeah, just to fulfill your technical question there, Richard, we did cut the stream after the semifinal, and then we just started it up just before this final happened, about 4:25. So if you're ever on the Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch TV pages, just click on the live tab just before the scheduled time, and the stream should pop up there. So we see our friend Bike Garrett back on the stream. It's David Burney, joined by Tessa Davidson in the booth, and this young lady at the table, dispatched of Mink last night in the quarterfinal. So Anu, all the way from India, is quite a strong player. Fitting that she's in the final.
Yeah, it's her first time in the final of a women's ranking event. It's very exciting for her.
Got some family members, her aunt and uncle are in the audience.
And you just rolling the balls over the pockets.
Are you of that mindset, Tessa, when your opponent needs snookers, just rolling that object ball tight into the pockets?
Yeah, either pot it or do the best you can to, because another ball down makes it harder. Each ball down makes it harder for the opponent to get snookers.
You have the right idea, just need a bit more pace. That's one way putting it close to the pocket. Wow.
So of course, now it's just down to the blue ball. She only needs 2 5-point snookers.
Are you conceding in this instant, Tessa, if you're a new?
No, definitely not.
No, you're playing
2
on?
snookers, yeah.
2 snookers here.
Good try. It's a little bit hard. Right line, though, there.
That's one way to do it. Your opponent needs a snooker, put them in snooker. Shouldn't be a tough hit. We'll just have to see where the balls land after this contact. And that should do it for frame 1. So Yee takes the first frame. by a scoreline of 68-40. And we'll step aside for a few moments and be back with frame two. Anu has come back to the table, and we are set to start frame two with her breaking off. Just as she's breaking off, I'm just going to throw this question over to you, Tessa. Sea Husky in the last frame was asking, when do you think a woman will win a world title or world ranking title on the main tour?
Well, there's no reason a woman can't do it. I think the more the top girls at the moment that are playing on the main tour, the more they get exposure to it, the more they get used to it, and they'll get better results. And then at some point, there's going to be somebody getting even better results and getting through to the latter stages.
Yeah, I think it just takes with the getting inspired, like what we're providing here with the live streams and stuff like that.
Yeah.
More for like the North American players even. You
Yeah.
know, they finally see the game and they can pick it up, get inspired. So we might be, you know, a few years down the way
Yeah,
before
I'm-
someone from overseas goes over again.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a numbers thing as well, when you think of the amount of men that play in comparison to women. So we're, you know, it's against the odds at the moment, but it will happen at some point, that's for sure.
Like Garrett making a bold prediction of in 2029, Mink will win it.
Right.
Big question, will
That
it be
would
at the
be-
Crucible?
That's the question,
That's
isn't it?
the hot debate. Oh, to be followed up by Tessa in 2030 as the world
Wonderful.
champion. Great shot there.
Where's the white? Oh, it's close.
Willa Mac, thanks for your kind words, tuning in all the way from Ireland. Always enjoying the women's event that goes on here in Seattle, Washington.
Yes, it is Rianne, I believe. Rianne has the most world women's titles.
Correct. I think doesn't she have upwards of 11, I believe?
Yeah.
I think, no discredit to credit the women's tour, but it wasn't a bit of a funk for a few years that there wasn't a lot of competitors coming out.
Yeah, at that time, I actually gave up for 23 years. So I took quite a bit bit of time out of it, even though I still sort of kept an eye on it. But I didn't play for all that time. But yes, I did think it dipped for a while. I think they struggled to get the tournaments, and so participation dropped.
Mm-hmm.
And then now there's an upturn.
It definitely seems so. There's been some great players in this tournament all weekend long, so
Yeah.
the future looks really bright.
Yeah, definitely the last 2 or 3 years, it's really started to skyrocket, really. All around the world, the standard's gone up from all the women snooker players.
Yeah, Richard P's chiming in about a little bit about physical strength. I'll chime in a little bit, but then I can pass it over to Tessa. I don't think physical strength is really that huge of a thing because I kind of parallel it with golf. Female golfers are much better with the touch game around the green and the feel of the sport and stuff like that. Those delicate shots, they're not hitting it 300 yards off the tee. Or I think the same could be applied in snooker. You don't need to have all just these power shots. You got to have the whole toolbox full. But
I mean, I think both genders can have the touch game. I do think that on the power shots, you do notice a little bit power comes into it on certain power shots, but you've got to be a really good cueist. So you can't just power a shot. You've got to cue the shot.
Yeah, one thing that is quite amazing, I don't know how many people of our viewers actually have seen live snooker, and it's amazing when you see the pros, how softly they shoot.
Yeah, but nowadays with the fast cloths and playing under these conditions, you don't need to hit the ball so hard.
Mm-hmm.
And they're very reactive.
It's an ice rink. It's not the rough at St. Andrews.
No, definitely not. Yeah, you can lose the white very easily.
Like Garrett is wondering, Tessa, if you ever played the great Alison Fisher.
Yes, many times.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I was playing back in the sort of in the 90s, she was one of my rivals. I did manage to beat her a few times, but she was definitely beat me more times. So there's another good chance here for Yee. The red's nice and open. Just come a little bit straight on this red. So she's got the slightest of angles to force it onto the black.
Nice little cannon into that red to deaden the pace of the cue ball.
Just about held it for this red. Long bottom cushion. Nice shot. Probably not come quite as far as she would have liked on the black. probably want to cannon. She might go for the red above the blue. Yeah. She's got a little bit too much angle on this red to hold it for the blue. A trickier shot. She's on anything.
I think this break is going to come to a conclusion at 43. Good contribution. And he's just got to take it one shot at a time.
Just keeping the pressure on.
Wow, Yee's really feeling it.
She's going to cannon those two reds to the left of the pink. Possibly. A tough shot here.
He's a big shot here to continue the break.
It's quite risky. Putting the pink safe. Clever shots.
Yeah, green and pink quite safe, so it is definitely an uphill battle in this frame for Anu. So a very interesting question there, Sea Husky. Tessa, Sea Husky asks, what do you think has improved in snooker since your return to the game?
The chalk. It's massively different.
Okay.
Well, and the tips, actually. Because you can get different hardnesses now of tip, whereas before it used to be much more of a lottery.
Oh, really?
Whether
Okay.
you had, yeah. So the standard of that's got of tips have gone up, and the leather is better quality.
Okay.
And the Teon chalk's very good because it doesn't leave any chalk marks on the table, and they say you don't get any kicks from it at all.
Mm-hmm.
The cloths have got a lot faster as well.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So our Yee's playing very solidly.
Mm-hmm.
She's not giving much away at all. Keeping it tight.
Yeah, that's right, her frame ball.
Yep, she's keeping the pressure on for sure. It's making it hard for Anu to really get going at all.
Yeah, she's putting up sizable breaks, and then when she breaks down, she's just finding the correct safety shot just to tie up Anu.
Yeah, it's pretty clinical stuff, this.
That blue definitely thought about it. Almost thought it was going to jump out of that pocket, but it did find the trough underneath.
So I think Anu's got to try and tighten up her safety game. She left some sort of that she wasn't getting the white ball back to balk. So she needs to try and force some errors on you, I think.
True. Anyu's going to make mistakes herself, but that doesn't really count that much, as Anyu takes that frame 94-0. So Anu trails 2 frames to none. Big frame for her. She'd love to get 1 frame on the board, because going down 3-0 in a best of 7 is a certainly big uphill battle. It is sport. We have seen stranger things, but we'll step aside for a few short moments and come back to the WineCellars.com U.S. Women's Snooker Open of 2024. And we're back here at Hawks Billiards in Seattle, Washington. Frame 3. Yee just breaking off. We'll see in that little break there. Anu had a little pep talk with herself. And she can get something good on the board for her. She's kind of been shut out early on. Good friend Tessa Davidson is in the booth, and she has alluded to that seems like Anu is just not playing great safeties, leaving some mid-range shots for Yee. You just can't do that to her.
More of this, I think. Just made a lovely pot there.
Yeah, she can put together a good sizable break here that's going to boost up her confidence, make her feel like she's back in this match.
Can she cut this red back in?
Does look possible. Is there a pathway through there?
Nice shot. Still got the blue into the bolt right-hand pocket.
What also is impressive, I don't think Yee has dropped a frame in this tournament.
It's very clinical, isn't she?
Mm-hmm.
Just a little bit short there. This red's a little bit harder than she would have liked.
She's recovered nicely there. Tricky color now. Well, unfortunately, she didn't cannon into the large cluster of reds broken open that cherry tree.
Just a safety shot now. Should just stun this red, sending it back down towards the other pack of reds. Good shot.
Very nice.
Touching ball. No.
I'm not sure. I don't think it is. Usually the referee would tell us that it was touching ball and then point at the ball that the cue ball was touching. There's no gesture there. It says it's not touching.
He's got a chance now with his red.
Might have just rolled just a bit too much, leaving a very long red for Anu. I have to cover almost 10.5 feet of table here.
I fancy had to get this one. Red's still very tight. Might be one of those in the bottom of the pack of reds that goes into the left-hand bottom corner pocket.
And I think those need to start dropping if she wants a chance to be this year's U.S. Open champion.
The problem here is getting on a red. She looks pretty straight on the pink.
Looks like she may have that red just on the bottom of the cluster. To the right middle. It's definitely tough. No, just electing to play safe.
Keeping the pack tight. Not a bad white ball. trying to figure a way to get the white back to balk. That's a good shot. Oh, she's got a shot for nothing here. That red at the bottom of the cluster of reds. Go into the right-hand corner pocket. Yep. Just got a nice brown to take her back down towards the reds.
Yeah, this is just what the doctor ordered for Anu. Just to keep it going. Lots of points on the table, but I feel like she's just getting a little bit more comfortable out there. Getting some much needed table time.
She'd have liked to have been a bit closer with this one.
Oh, that's tough. She left that red just over the pocket. Really doesn't have a color to continue on the break.
Yeah, she's made it difficult, hasn't she, now to try and hide that red with this next shot. Unlucky there.
Now she has options here. What are you favoring, Tessa?
I think she'll take the one in the middle. Hopefully end up on the black. Get the black back on its spot. Oh, she's gone in off. Oh, that was close. So she's just having to roll up to the yellow. She's played that shot well. Looks like it's a snooker.
Yeah, just letting referee Daly take a look at it, just in case there is a respot.
Just playing the roll up. A bit hard. Still not on the black.
Mm-hmm.
It's here. She wants to be on the right-hand side of the table for the next reds. That's what she's trying to do, and she's played that very well. She on the right side of the blue? Not quite.
I think it just looks a little straight. Kind of run through a little bit for that open red on the right side. It's going to be one of those mid-range shots.
If the pink goes, I think she'll be trying to get on that ball, on the pink, after this next red.
Yeah, she's crawling back into this third frame. If she can take it, she'll be one frame away from being this year's U.S. Open champion.
And she's on it. I think the pink's going to go back on the black spot, the way she's played that.
90.
They're all open now. Does this red go into the corner pocket? That's what she's looking at.
Looks like she's sizing it up. It is there. On Yee with great temperament. Doesn't seem like anything really phases her. You know, Anu did the best to just kind of start guns a-blazing in this one, build up a good break. But Anu dug in and starting to become the favorite in this frame.
She certainly is. She's very solid. She makes it look very easy, doesn't she? Just got past that brown. What a shot.
To be beautiful on this red.
So 16 points in front. She's still got a bit of work to do here. She could do straight. To settle for a harder red, I think, than she would have liked.
Costas is asking about blue not on the pink spot. Sure. What you're alluding to there is obviously the blue spot wasn't covered when the blue came back up. Wow.
Lovely shots.
As I said before, it's one thing, when you lose and you're really making a lot of unforced errors, that's a tough defeat to take. But when you run across a player riding on a high octane as Yee is right now, it's really what can you do? Just put your hands up.
Yeah, this frame will hurt, I think. She had a chance at the start of the frame.
46.
But latterly, Yee's just made a couple of really solid breaks.
Yeah, this green for the half century. She does have the high break of the tournament so far with 90.
Pretty relentless, isn't it?
Just being stuck on the ropes in a boxing match and Frank Bruno just wobbling on you, punch after punch.
Yeah, she's carried on the same vein as she played me really in the semi-final.
Yeah, she's on the verge of a clean sheet. This frame is hers. If she takes the next one, she'll take the championship and not have a loss throughout the entire run of the tournament.
And you've just got to hang in there though, because you never know. Yep.
What a clearance that was. So, I know Nu's not going to like this very much, but we're on the border of a champion to be crowned. We do our roll of thanks. You got to start off with Mandy Fisher, the head of the WWS, who's done wonderful things to grow the women's game. Matt Hewart, who's our tournament director in the room, doing a lot of running around. We tried to get him to do a jack of all trades, but unfortunately we couldn't get him into the booth this year, but hopefully next year he'll come in. As well, Diana Schuler, who helps out Matt tremendously with all these women events. Couldn't make it over to Seattle this year. We wish her the best. Hopefully we can see her again next year. And the man that is really bringing snooker to this community out here, Mike Dominguez, owner and operator of Ox Billiards. He's done a fantastic job. We can't thank him enough. As well as Jamie Miller. She's done great work with the Ox team. And everybody else at Ox has made us feel at home, all of us out-of-towners. Our referees that stepped up, CCU, Dave Daly, Aaron Moss, did a fantastic job all tournament long. And Littman Lights, Michael over there at Littman, providing these great lights that I'm seeing a lot more. So he's paving the way for making some great illumination for these tables so everyone can see the balls. And where would we be without Jason Miller of WineCellars.com, our title sponsor, just a huge fan of snooker. And we're really glad that he's putting his money where his mouth is and helping us fund all these great events. We thank him so much. And all the players that have traveled near and far. This has been probably one of the biggest global events. Players coming from Mongolia, England, the UK, Hong Kong, one up in Canada.
And of course, India.
India, as yes, can't forget India with Anu. And as well, all our viewing audience all weekend long. We appreciate you tuning in wherever you found us, whether it be YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch TV. We really thank you for your patronage and your viewership. It really just is going to help us grow the sport tremendously. So keep watching. I think the next women's event is going to be the UK Championship in September 6th to 8th. Not sure if that's going to be streamed, but I know Ox Promotions is going to be airing the Embassy Open that goes at the end of this month down in LA. So we'd love to see you tune in for that. So thank you to you all. We still have maybe a lot more snooker. Who knows? Anyi obviously would like to get this match done and dusted in the next frame, but hopefully Anyu can force us into a decider in 3 frames time. And here we go with Anyu to break off in frame 4. And I also have to, my apologies, I did not thank some of my great co-commentators. Molina Ortiz, who braved it the first time, did a great job calling a frame or 2 with me. But Tessa Davison has stepped in on Championship Sunday, done a great job. We really appreciate your analytical mind in the game and bringing that insight to the viewers.
You're very welcome. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. Thank you.
We do have another member of the team that unfortunately couldn't be here. He's here in spirit. Christian Youngers has always done a great job really setting up the technical side, obviously making it very easy for us to just step in, press play, and give a great stream. I think Christian is having some good fun in New York with his special lady that he now lives with out in Virginia, but we'll be seeing him down in LA.
Nice safety shot there from you. I think she's blocked the path back to Bulk. And you just rolling off the side cushion into the pack of reds.
Looks a little deflated after that shot. I wonder if it's a touching ball. Referee Daly coming over to take a look. There he is. Yep, it is a touching ball. He is pointing to the ball that it is touching. So in that case, Anyi can shoot away as the touching ball acts as the first contact. Interesting enough, another caveat to the rule: if she was on a color and she was touching a ball, she can nominate that color she's touching and shoot away, or actually shoot a different colored ball. It's always good when you get into the game of snooker, pick up one of those rule books. I believe they are free. You can download a PDF off the World Snooker Tour website. They also sell a handy pocket-size rule book for the cost of, I think, $30. Yee Ng is very curious about snooker tables in America, and yes, there is becoming quite a lot. Great opening red there by Anye. Hopefully someday we can get down to Sacramento, because Tessa, I hear that they have 3 clubs down there, and actually one club has 10 snooker tables in it in Sacramento.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's great.
Definitely.
Well, that's going to grow the sport, definitely. So Onyu's is in straight away with a great chance here. There's a few open reds. She'll just she'll be hoping to pick those off to start with. No need to go into the pack just yet. Just thinking a few shots in front here. There's that one red to the right that's open to the right of the pink. She might choose to go and get on that one, or she might go into the pack here if she gets a good angle on this black. I think she's going to play for that open red. All right, Chester going to the back.
That's all right.
Yeah.
24.
Always dangerous going into the pack. You need a little ounce of luck on your side.
A little bit tricky queuing over those reds, so she might opt for the one in the middle. Nicely played.
Great to see that the U.S. national champion is tuned in, Darren Taylor. Tessa, did you know his father, the Silver Fox, David Taylor?
I did, actually.
Great to hear.
Back in the day, he used to come and practice sometimes in Banbury when I was, well, a kid, really. And I used to watch him practice there. So she's just on, he's just come the wrong side of the blue again, but shouldn't be any problems for her. She's left a bit of a longer shot on this red than she would have liked to have done. Just put herself under a little bit more pressure here with the shot.
Oh, you got a feel for Anu right there. Just
I know how it feels.
so you'll be the first out there to give her a nice big hug at the end.
Yeah.
Great to see.
Yep.
She is human after all.
She's not left anything really easy for Anu, but she's got this cut back into the right-hand corner pocket. It's very missable.
Just came off that horn to stay into the business end of the table. And yes, you are correct, Randall Morrison, tuning in from Alberta, Canada. Anye has yet to lose a frame.
Yes, Darren, that was, I used to see your dad playing at the Spectrum Snooker Club in Banbury. Sadly, it's closed now.
Thanks for the kind words, Albert Kenny, two-time BC Open champion. He'll be making his way down to La La Land to compete in that Embassy Open at the end of the month. Albert's doing great things up in Alberta as he welcomed Sean Murphy, 2005 world champion. And Sean did a little North American tour in the latter part of the spring, touring to cities like Calgary, Alberta, Richmond, British Columbia at the Star Snooker Room, owned by Eric Lee. Then Sean made his way down to Ox to take in the action here, and then finished up his tour down at Embassy Billiards. Interesting how I was talking to Sean when he was in Richmond, and they invited questions from the audience, and I asked him the $60 million question of when he thinks the snooker will be in the Olympics. And he gave a great answer, actually, that unfortunately the IOC does see a lot of infighting in the different snookers organization, not a lot of collaboration. They're looking out for each other. So he was stating, if we can all work together, then the sport can really prosper. So let's do that, everybody. Let's work together, come and make this a great sport, put it in the Olympics so let's get some global recognition.
She's put together a good break here. I think she's been a little unlucky there. Or does that red at the bottom of the pack go into the bottom right corner pocket? I think it does. Can she keep the break going? Oh, that was a shame.
Yeah, and I think she's left it as well. Good little effort to crawl back in the frame. I think that's the big difference that we're seeing here. When Yee just breaks down, she doesn't leave anything.
No.
And when Anu breaks down, she's left an easy starter for Yee.
Yeah, it's frustrating for Anu. So if this red at the bottom of the pack goes, I think she'll be taking it on because it will split the rest of the reds up. That's why she's looking at it. A bit more unpredictable where the white goes though. Let's see how these reds split. She on the pink.
She might have ran just a bit far. Tough to see from this angle.
That was the problem. It was the unpredictability of the white ball.
She has made some nice recovery shots all tournament long, so this blue in and out of bulk. So she can make it to continue on the break.
Very missable, these, across the table.
Yeah, on that one camera angle, it doesn't look that thin, but this is definitely a thin cut into the middle pocket.
Yeah. No problem for Yee, though.
No, she's got ice in her veins.
So she's really taking her time here because she knows the importance of this break. A few more shots, the title could be hers.
Yeah, I think she's just got to trust that technique. Obviously, her heart's going to be pounding quite quickly, getting so close to winning her first U.S. Open Championship. Just had a little hiccup with our online scoring system. Hopefully we will correct that soon enough. Finish point, I can see that Yee has a 65-22 advantage.
35.
So ahead by 43 points with 51 on the table.
Yeah, just a couple more shots now. And you will want snookers.
36.
So this is the shot.
Yeah, this ping definitely won't be a problem for her. Just cue through.
43.
Let's see if Yee can run it out. It's going to be tricky with that last red.
Anu's got to be pleased, though, with her performance over the weekend.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, kind of the dark horse, you know.
Yeah.
I think people were thinking, no offense to you, Tessa, but a lot of people were booking an Yee Mink final again.
51.
Yeah, it's always nice to see different faces up there. Nice pot there on the pink. She'll want to clear these up. Go out in style.
Mm-hmm.
59.
An 84 break would be nice to finish. She does have the high Run of the tournament at 90. Oh, the big shot, brown to blue. But everything's on its spot.
Yeah, it's definitely well deserved. She's played pretty flawless snooker, hasn't she, over the weekend?
Mm-hmm. Not a blemish to her record.
No. Well done,
Oh
Anupama.
me, oh my. Anyi is your OneSellers.com U.S. Women's Snooker Open Champion of 2024. Finishes it in style with a great 84 break, a whitewash over Anupama Ramachandran. We haven't heard the last of Anu, but a great victory there for Anyi. We're going to hold on for about 10 minutes. We're just going to get some cleaning up, and then we'll have the trophy presentation. So stay on the stream if you want to watch that great presentation of the medals to both winners and the big trophy coming out. Tessa Davidson, thank you again for joining us in the booth. Really appreciate your company.
That's my pleasure. Thank you very much.
And have a safe travel back to the UK. And thank you, everybody that tuned in all weekend long. It's David Burney saying good night from the commentary booth, and we'll see you in a short moment's time for the trophy presentation. All right, everybody. How about that? Third annual Seattle Open. Round of applause for everyone. Thanks to all the crowd that came, all the participants. Wonderful energy here in the Pacific Northwest. What a great tournament we had. I'm just going to bring up the owner and operator and snooker introduction aficionado mano, Mr. Mike Dominguez. Come up to the stage.
Well, first of all, I'd like to thank everybody for showing up, those who played, those who watched, everybody online. You all made this happen. And I would also like to thank WineCellars.com, our title sponsor. We also have Libman Lights. Libman Lights, of course, is our main light source. So if you look around, they're just beautiful lights. They don't blind you when you're not playing on the table. One more thing about Wine Cellars is they have sponsored so much for snooker in America. Not just for the women's game, but trying to bring a pro event here. They did the Sean Murphy tour, and so I really appreciate Jason Miller. I want to thank the people who helped, main referee, Dave. And then we had floating ref Aaron Moss. Yeah. And then thank you to CCU, who took time out of his extremely busy life to come save us and do some refereeing as well. So thank you, CC. And last but not least, we had 8 countries represented. And even in America, does that count America? Are we a country?
Yeah. So far.
So far. We might be too. No, but it's just amazing. I never thought that we would be here when we were staring the pandemic in the face. Yeah. So, thank you. Back to Dave. Here we go, David.
Okay. Thanks, Mike. Let's stick around.
Okay, I'll go for it.
I'll need your hands. Just to continue the thanks as well. Matt Hewitt and Diana Schuler. We have a lot of people, the guest commentators. We really need a big team. We really need the players, obviously. That makes the game go. But to really make the family function and the community grow, we need people doing tournament direction, commentating, scorekeeping, refereeing. It's all great stuff, and it just adds to the fun and excitement that we like to provide. So, jump in. All right, let's start off with the Challenge Cup. So, the runner-up, Miss Karen Lyson, come on down.
Come to the front under the lights. Just step to the right. There we go. Thank you. Stay there, Corinne. I'll get one with Marianne.
And traveling across that border all the way from Canada, your Challenge Cup champion, Marianne McConnell.
Lovely. And then both close together, please. Yeah, Mike, come in the middle. Thank you. Stay there, Marianne.
And now we work on the senior side for the U.S. Open. Don't go too far. Hopefully the board doesn't check your bag too thoroughly. The runner-up for the U.S. Seniors Open, Marianne McConnell.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Just wait there, Marianne.
And your U.S. Senior Open champion, and not a bad commentator for her first time. She stepped into the booth and did a great job. So if you didn't listen, go back and rewatch it. But your U.S. Open Senior champion, Tessa Davidson.
Difficult shot. Yeah, it's all good. Thank you. And Marianne, and Mike in the middle. A rose between two thorns. I'll do the way around.
And now to the big event, the Open tournament. Well, she made a lot of people scared, that's for sure, knocking off last year's champion last night, Mink Nutcharats. It was very impressive, but came up to a tough competitor in the final, but nothing to be ashamed of. Your runner-up, Anupama.
That's good. Stay there, Annie.
Well, your Open champion was very strong. Let's see, what did she do? The high break of 90 in the tournament, finished off the tournament with a break of 84, didn't lose a frame in the entire tournament. Backstep that, all you Wikipediaites. So, oh me, oh my, your U.S. Open champion of 2024, Yee!
Yeah. Oh, this will be a while. Yeah.
Oh, you get the big one.
You have too many trophies.
Wait.
Yeah. Bit higher. Shadow you. told you this will be a while. Yeah, definitely time for that. More for Alan?
Point to the spot.
擺埋嗰個側邊，擺埋嗰個側邊。好似攬住咁樣，兩個攬住咁樣。嚇？係啦。OK， 放低。
Hang on, sir. Anu?
Yeah.
Now, would you be able to take one of me, Mike, Dave's some questions?
Squidge in. Squidge in.
So you breathe in? Look at this cup.
Is that okay?
Do you need a flash? No.
No, it's okay.
Let me check.
I got a couple.
I need some film.
Can I take one in mine as well?
Yeah.
Let me know if it looks good.
Yeah. That's okay. Yeah, all good.
All right, cool. Let me take one. Thank you.
Come on, Karin, Nara, Tessa, all players.
All winners.
All
Come on
players.
down.
Everyone who's here.
Any player. Come on, players. Come on down.
Come on, Caroline. No how do.
Not you.
Neither's Nara. It's fine. On Yee, yeah. Just wait, one sec. Lovely, thank you. Oh, we've got more, hang on.
Get over there.
Hey, come on,
The other half of the kids.
Yeah, I will, don't worry. There's bunny ears going on and everything. Hang on. All good? Yeah. Right. Thank you very much, everyone. Oh, hang on. You want one?
Sorry, one more, just one more.
Anu, tell him.
Thank you.